you've been playing Elephant Riding Simulator 2015, haven't you?
Yeah. I mean, so
Did you know
announced...
that there's a way of playing that game without riding elephants?
No.
It's possible, I swear. You've actually got to go buy the Talon, and I was like, why would anyone not pick the elephant riding Talon?
Yeah, I mean, I know it's slower, but no.
It's an elephant!
Exactly. Yeah, so Far Cry 4, I've been playing it a hell of a lot. It's such a fun game. There's no other way of explaining it. It's like you said, you jump on an elephant, you smash through some trucks with enemies on it.
With a submachine gun. With a mounted machine gun and a one-handed grenade launcher.
Yeah, I was about to say,
like the god of death himself.
I was about to say the grenade launcher. There's no other way to put it.
There's the bow, there's the heavy machine gun, and there's the grenade launcher. And I think there are other guns in the game. I just don't see the point.
You don't need them. Yeah.
It's like, I've got a grenade launcher.
Yeah.
Bow that fires explodey things, and this thing basically turns people into minced sausage. Why?
And the hunk of meat. Don't forget the hunk of meat that you can carry around.
Oh, and that bloody great knife they give you as well.
But the hunk of meat's really awesome because you can just you're going up against 50 enemies or so, and you go, I've got a hunk of meat. Throw it.
I like to think,
and then
tigers. I like to think that hunk of meat as less of a hunk of meat and more as like a really cool Pokeball. It's like, I choose you, tiger.
Yeah.
I was when I first started playing it, I went to a stronghold and I was trying to beat this because I'm a running gunner. I'm not a very good stealther.
Right.
So I was trying to clear an earlier garrison. Is it garrison?
Outpost.
Stronghold. Whatever. Outpost. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was trying to clear this outpost without causing an alarm or startling anyone. So I went to snipe this guy with one of my silenced guns, and it missed and hit a tiger cage I didn't know was there. The tiger kills everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh. Okay, that's And then I went down and was eaten by a tiger. Anyway, honey badgers.
Honey badgers. Rhinos. Rhinos are amazing in that game.
Rhinos.
Because it's just
rhinos
like, it's a rhino. Oh my god.
Coming.
Yes.
No, sometimes you'll be standing there talking to a quest giver, and then the quest giver's gone, and there's a rhino where it used to be. And the quest giver's about 10 foot down the road, cartwheeling through the air with its ragdoll physics, and this rhino's there like, I'm here now.
That rhino doesn't want to sell you stuff. He wants to take your money.
He doesn't want to take your money. He wants to take your lower spine.
My biggest problem with the game, though, in all seriousness, I love Far Cry 4. It's such a fun game. I could play it for a long, long time. It's got that GTA feel. It's an open world game done right. You tell your own story. My biggest problem with it is the story. The character development is awful. The characters in it are terrible. The story is awful. It's just...
I liked it.
The main character goes missing for the entire game. The main antagonist, Pagan Min.
Yeah, that is a bit. Especially you get Troy Baker down, and I mean, Vaz was such an important... I should probably point out, Far Cry 3 is my favourite first-person shooter.
Wow, that's a hell of a statement.
That's a hell of a statement, so I'm not coming from a weak standpoint here, but you get Troy Baker in to do a voice, and you're going after Vaz, who's one of the best antagonists, and it's like, we've got this really good idea. He's like the Joker, but he's sort of Asian, kind of. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, he's gone.
Yep.
Have the boring twins in their boring... And then there's Herc. I like Herc.
I liked the that kind of... I did like the little bit of the thing they were trying to do with Amita and Sabal battling over the leadership of the Golden Path, but my problem, because they did that kind of moral choice thing that every open world game has to have these days, where you have to have a moral choice.
That's the one part of the game I hated, because I struggle with those kind of choices, and
every decision they gave you, every decision they gave you was crap.
Especially since here's the thing, they work when it's a split-second decision, like in Mass Effect, where it's like, look, the bomb's going to go off. One of us has to go disarm it. Okay, you go. I'm sorry. Yeah. But this one, it's like, we need to protect this field. No, we need to protect these guys, but we also kind of need to attack these guys to free them. And it's like,
and then you get 5 minutes.
And I'll go do that.
Yeah, and you get 5 minutes to think about it, and then you can go talk to them, and they'll give you the choice again, and you can do it. By far my biggest thing with this, which I don't think I've mentioned in the review actually, which I might even edit and put back in the review. My biggest problem with the game is non-skippable cutscenes.
I don't mind that as much, but yeah, I had that problem with the Order.
I can't forgive a game in 2015 for having non-skippable cutscenes. I understand why you don't want to skip a cutscene the first time because you want to tell your story, but I'm sorry, if I've died and I have to watch the cutscene again and I can't skip it, that's unforgivable.
Do you know what does it worst? Absolutely worse is Destiny, because you're doing this story mission, you have to farm them, and there's one of them that has a 3-minute unskippable cutscene.
Yeah.
In the middle of the mission that I had to farm for gear. So it's like, I've got to this bit, drop, stare at the ceiling, and imagine baby elephant gifs. No, but I think Far Cry 4, it's a step down from 3, but it's still worth the money.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, I think my summary is it's an incredible story as long as you tell your own. So, I mean,
that own story can be about that time that you rode into an enemy encampment on an elephant neck.
Yeah, I mean, every time I played the game, I was doing something different. You know, you're climbing. You can go rock climbing in it, and you can just climb up and do uncharted parts of the map and look up and see what you're doing. And then you're going across the map, and you find someone that's getting abducted or marched to their death, and you can go save those kind of people. It does open world, and it does it very well. And there's enough stuff in the very big map to keep you entertained. It does take a while to get from A to B sometimes, and you know, the chopper and things, they're not quick, which is my only bit of a negative with it. But
giving you the flight suit really early on, I think, was a massive improvement, especially over 3. We got it, I think, 75% of the way through the game.
I mean, I think if I had to sum it up, basically I would say that if you're a fan of Far Cry 3, then if you haven't played 4, you need to play 4. I mean, it does every single thing that Far Cry 3 does, but it does it better.
Gameplay-wise, 4 is better. Story-wise,
yeah.
I know 3 wasn't a massively great story.
I didn't mind the story for 3.
I liked the ending was a bit. The ending was bleh, and I just think they got rid of the most interesting part of the story really early on.
yeah, I agree.
No spoilers.
Yeah,
but no. The other thing I got to mention, it's an Ubisoft game, so you've got to go to towers and you've got to find towers to unlock maps, to unlock unlocks, and it's an Ubisoft game. As an Ubisoft game is an Ubisoft game. If you've played one of them, you've played all of them.
But it's a good Ubisoft game.